Beto, 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 Beto.
Okay, you don't get Beto, you get Lulu Flores. And Donna Howard. And Janet Dunning and CJ. Anyway, thank you all for being here this morning under these wonderful conditions. We're happy for the rain. You know, this is early voting season and we need to get everybody out. Our friends and our neighbors and anybody you can think of. It's so important. We've got to get people out to the polls. Block walk for Beto. Block walk for the party. There's so many opportunities. Do calls, do texts, use Reach. If you haven't already done that, go to 2 Million Texas, get the app, and you can reach out to your friends that way. Anyway, this election is critical. I don't have to go into how important this election is to our kids, to ourselves, for women, for LGBTQIA citizens. Everybody is under attack, and this is so important that we need somebody like Beto to bring the state back, to put us, put Texas where it needs to be. We need to become a compassionate state, a caring state, one that's led by love and not hate. So let's get Beto and the rest of the ticket elected. It's my honor now to call up Janet Dunning, who is going to bring integrity to the comptroller's office.
Thank you. Ethics and integrity, what a campaign message. Y'all realize we've never, I know, they're real issues. And you realize we've never had an accountant as a state accountant. Wow. It sort of makes sense, y'all. There's so much more we can do. I am an accountant. I'm actually a CPA, but I'm a different kind of CPA. My first job out of school was investigating allegations that elected officials had embezzled taxpayer money or taking kickbacks. You think any of that's going on?
Perfect. Perfect.
We have the shot. This is our shot. We've got one of the best slates we've ever had in 20 years. We do not have to put up with being treated like another or a don't important. I'm running against Glenn Hager. He is the guy who wrote the bill that Wendy Davis filibustered, and then a couple of months ago stood on his convention stage and shouted for the world to hear that a fight against trans kids' rights is a fight worth dying for. We don't have to put up with this anymore. From Luke Warford as Railroad Commissioner to Susan Hayes, you will hear from in a second, as Ag Commissioner, Jay Clayburgh. Y'all, if you were going to think of a land commissioner in your head, you would envision Jay Clayburgh. To an actual CPA, 35 years of governmental experience as your comptroller. To Rochelle Garza, not an indicted felon. Right?
What a contrast.
Ethics, integrity, chops. She's amazing. As your Attorney General, Mike Collier, another CPA, as your Lieutenant Governor, and then Beto O'Rourke. That's our next governor. I get to introduce my dear friend, who I already trust, Susan Hayes for Ag.
Thank y'all for coming out after the pouring down rain just came through. I'm Susan Hayes. I'm running for Ag Commissioner, running to fight corruption, to support rural health care, sustainable agriculture, and to legalize cannabis in the state of Texas. Yes! And I want to say something bigger picture about the importance of this race and this election. Right now, the Republicans think they're winning. They're watching these early vote turnout numbers and they think they have it in the bag. We have to get people out. We have to get young people out. They have to not see us coming. We can do this. Here's why it is so important. It's not just about these sons of bitches who have built their political career on the backs of women. Like Hagar passed an abortion bill to run statewide. My opponent, Sid Miller, passed the 2011 sonogram bill so he could run statewide. That has been their tactic. We need some poetic justice here. We've got 2 abortion lawyers running statewide, myself and Rochelle Garza, my dear friend, who's one of the fiercest human beings I have ever met in my life. We need her in office. This state does not prosecute public corruption anymore. I don't know if y'all knew this, but Greg Abbott signed a law to defund the public corruption unit at the Travis County DA's office and move the remnants to Ken Paxton's office. That's what's wrong with this state and what's turning us into a third world country. Think about the horrible things they passed last legislative session. Criminalizing abortion again, turning neighbors against each other with these bounty laws. If we don't win, they will be emboldened. It will get worse. There is no bottom with these people. They do not care who they hurt. They do not care who they kill. Not in the pandemic, not in the freeze, not in our schools. We have to stop them. So you've got to vote. You've got to talk to everybody you know and make sure they vote. I am personally text stalking my drummer cousin to make sure he votes. So do it to everybody. We've got to win, guys. The state is in the balance. Our democracy is in the balance. Our freedom is in the balance. Thank you very much. And now you're going to hear from the leader, the guy who has set the tone that we're going to act out of love and we're going to be productive for this state and care for each other. Beto O'Rourke.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Good to see you all. This is really amazing that we're all out here today on this Friday morning under this beautiful sky. It was just dumping rain earlier, and somehow when we came together to vote, the skies have parted and the sun is starting to come through. We have these amazing leaders in our midst, beginning with Donna Howard, who's been at the forefront of this fight for as long as she's been in the fight. And literally, even just in this campaign over the course of the last year, anywhere near her district, she is out there advocating for us and bringing voters in and making us understand just how big the stakes are in this election. To have Lulu and Janet and Susan running as well, it just makes you so proud that folks like this who could be doing anything that they want to do in their lives are choosing public service, not for themselves, but for all of us. And the fact that you're here, given all the challenges that we just heard, you could be forgiven if you were tempted to succumb to them or to submit to them or even to despair and just give up and say, you know what, I guess that's just what it's like to live in Texas. And after the 8 years that Greg Abbott has been governor, where we now have the most extreme abortion ban in America, where the grid is still not fixed after he killed more than 700 of our fellow Texans last February, where gun violence is now the leading cause of death for children, for teenagers. And I see this sign for one of our great Uvalde teachers, Eva, who was taken down on the 24th of May in 2022. It has been now 22 weeks since those 19 kids and these two beautiful teachers were taken from us. And our governor and our current government has done nothing to make it any less likely that that will happen to any other child in any other classroom in any other part of the state, including the one that we're in right now. And then this attack on democracy and voting rights. It is harder now to cast a ballot or get your name on the rolls to be registered to vote in Texas than it is anywhere else in America today. And that suppression and intimidation is not targeted at people who look like me. It is focused on those who have historically been disenfranchised. Black Texans, brown Texans, Texans of color, young Texans, old Texans, those at the lower level of the socioeconomic spectrum, and now those with disabilities are being kept from being able to exercise their right to vote. But this is where we turn the corner into something positive. Against all of those challenges are all of us doing all we can with what we have, where we are right now at this defining moment of truth. And this is my ask of you. You're here doing the single most important thing you can, which is to vote. But if we only do that, I'll just tell you we're not going to win. We're not going to win any of these critically important races. We must do more. There's never been a fight like this one. We've never had the odds stacked against us the way that they're stacked against us right now. So it calls from us something bigger, stronger, bolder than we have ever done before. I'm asking you to join me, to join Janet, Susan, Lulu, and Donna in these campaigns and commit to knocking on doors, to making phone calls, to meeting and talking to voters where they are and bringing them in. Rocio, who's over here to your left, my right, has a clipboard. There are open shifts on that clipboard to go knock on doors. It's not glamorous work. It's always the funnest thing to do with your day. In fact, it can be really hard, but winning this is going to be really hard. And the only hope we have of bringing those in who have effectively and functionally been drawn out of this democracy is to go and ask them to vote. The number one reason given by the millions of our fellow Texans for not voting in previous elections is that no one ever asked them to in the first place. But we are willing to do that work. If we're willing to bring them in, then those who have been drawn out can be brought in by all of us and form the margin of victory when we win this on election night, November 8th. And when we do, we're going to be able to do some really great things by and for and with one another, like ensuring that women in Texas make their own decisions about their own body, their own future, their own health care, like prioritizing the lives of our kids over the interests of the NRA, like making sure that our public school educators are paid enough not to work a second or a third job, and that we listen to them and return valuable classroom time to them by canceling the STAR test in the state of Texas. And then we got to get this democracy back. That means making it easier to get on the rolls, so automatic same-day online voter registration, replacing gerrymandering with citizen-led redistricting commissions, and then making sure that we no longer celebrate Confederate Heroes Day in Texas because we've replaced it with Election Day as a state holiday in Texas. These are the things we can do, but it's going to take all of us doing all we can right now. So please help me break through to the people in your lives, your friends, your family members, your neighbors, your classmates, your colleagues, our fellow Texans who number in the millions, the hundreds of thousands right here in Travis County, who have yet to cast a ballot, whose voices have yet to be heard. They literally will make the difference and decide the outcome of this election, but we need to reach them. So, in addition to signing up with Rocio over here to your left, I'm asking you if you can hang out for a little while and take a picture with one of us, or maybe even all of us. Cynthia will organize it. And then post that picture before you leave this parking lot on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, on Be Real. Anybody on Be Real? Those who will see your picture may or may not seen any of our political ads, may not even know that we exist or that there's an election going on, may not trust us, but they trust you. They know you. They see you with us and they say, you know what? If this person is getting behind them, I'm going to get behind them too. If this person thinks it's worthwhile to vote, then I think it's worthwhile to vote too. So please, let's break through right now, and in your own words, from your own heart, describe in this post what brought you out here today. We have got to break through to more of our fellow Texans right now, and it is on us to get that done. You all ready?
Yes!
Ready to win?
Yes!
Well, let's keep the faith, keep up the fight, and go out there and win these elections.
Folks, we're going to have the line right here.
Mass chaos, but that's okay. I've got just
Come on up. We're going to have you join all the cameras.
elbow in your face.
Is this yours? No. Oh, here we go. All right, come on up, ladies. Thank you so much. Thank you for waiting. All right, next one. Great. Come on up with me. Are you a first time voter? Thanks for coming up today. You already voted? No, I'm not voting. Yes. I love it.
Thank you so much. Please bless us. We're going to do this. Hey.
Thank you guys. Thank you so
Coming out.
much.
Appreciate you coming
Are you a
out.
first time voter?
No, I voted from
Got it?
El Paso.
Oh, nice. Are you from El Paso?
Yeah.
Cindy, she's going to take a quick B-reel with this amazing crew. Are you all on B-reel yet?
No.
You got to get on B-reel.
Oh, now. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna take a selfie, and I'm gonna flip it to y'all.
Okay.
No. Okay. Perfect. Yeah.
I love it. Follow me on B-reel.
You have a view.
I have a B-reel. Yeah, I mean, it's just Beto O'Rourke. Yeah. We're going to be famous.
El Paso in the house.
Thanks for coming out.
All right, you ready? Over here. 1, 2, 3. There you go.
Let's go, El Chico. Yeah, thank you. Post that.
Oh, I will.
Come on in.
All right. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Fantastic.
Appreciate you.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi
Thanks for
there.
coming out.
Thanks for waiting.
Chris, the collection of
Right on. Her son is a first-time voter. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate you.
All right. Thanks for coming
Yeah,
out.
of course.
Have you voted yet?
I voted.
Awesome. Come on up. There we go. Next one.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for voting today.
Appreciate you.
Oh.
Let's do this.
Hey,
Post
what
that.
you are. Come on up. Next to mine. Hi there. Nice to have you in here. Have you voted yet?
No, I have not been going right out.
Fantastic. Hi, can we find out?
This is my first trip in America. Every year. Make sure you vote.
Okay.
Come on over, sir. Come on over. Yeah.
We're a bunch of fellow educators, so we're. Can I get my friends into that?
I know, I saw.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And if you want to come around, we're tall.
We're tall.
Yeah. So just like
Spread the word.
Thank you.
Post that. What do you need?
Y'all look at this dress.
Whoa!
Awesome.
No.
Here we go. Right over here. 1, 2, 3. There you go. All right, come on.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for wearing that.
Yeah, I'm from Seattle. I like your jacket.
Oh, wonderful. He's from Seattle, too. I am.
Oh, awesome.
Get you one.
Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
Here we go. Over here. Over here. Here you go. Right over here. 1, 2, 3. There you go. All right. Thank you. Come on over for the next few.
Appreciate you. Thanks for coming out.
Come on. There you go. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. All right.
Thank
Come on
you.
over.
Spread the word. Post that.
Retired teachers and went
Yes,
Love you.
yes,
We got your back.
Thank you. And Social Security.
Thank you.
Post that. What do you need?
I
Okay.
will. Thank you so much. I'm praying for you.
Likewise. Hey, thanks for being patient and hanging out with us. Post that.
There we go.
Thank you.
thank you.
Hey, thanks for joining. Likewise.
Thank you. Hi there.
Hello.
All right.
Oh, yeah. It makes me feel good to see that. Thank you. Hey, we're all doing it. We're all doing it together.
All right, thank you.
Thank you all.
Right. Come on up for me.
We will. We will. Hey, likewise. Thanks for coming out. Now promise us you'll post that.
Yeah, I will.
You want to just come around, sir?
Thanks for coming out. Nice to see you, Leslie.
Here for my daughter.
How old is she?
She's 5.
5, all right. Thanks, Leslie. Post that in, please say that in the caption. Who do we have?
This is Aliona.
Aliona.
I've got it.
Yay! I know, that's the way I was. I am.
All right, come on out.
Aliona.
That's my son Lucas.
Hey, Lucas.
Okay.
We voted for you, or you gotta win.
We gotta win. We gotta win.
Thank you.
Hey,
Yes.
nice to meet you.
This is Jennifer. Already voted.
Hi, Jennifer. So glad you all are here.
Yes,
Let's take a great photo.
2020. So old.
Please post that. Spread the word.
Hi.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you. I already voted. I'm
love it.
excited.
I love it.
This is Mackenzie.
Spread the
Thank
word.
you so much. I will, as always.
Thank
Take a
you.
picture.
Thank you. We're gonna do this.
We're gonna win.
Oh no, who's this?
915. This is Mackenzie.
Get out. What high school? Hanks Knights. Yeah. She's an Eagle from
Oh,
Andrews.
nice. There we go.
That's the nicest response we've got. Me telling somebody she's from Andrews. Usually it's a little rougher.
No. Love El Paso.
Yes, that's right. Right off Dyer.
That's right.
We'll see you.
Yay!
Good work.
Yes, I am.
There you go.
Thank you.
John, we're going to do this. Thank you. Thank you.
Alex is a first-time voter. I know, we're getting our cowbell. Come on up here. There you go.
Thank you. We'll count on you.
Hi there, come on over.
Do it.
Thank you.
Likewise, thanks for coming out. Oh, thank you.
I mean,
All right, come on up.
Appreciate you all coming out. Hey, I'm so glad you're here.
I'm a first generation attorney, so reproductive rights are really important.
Reproductive rights.
Right here, Cynthia.
Oh, got us.
Thank you so much. Good luck, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out. Oh, yes. Your opponents want to debate. Come on over.
We got a
I did. Oh, awesome.
And first generation too.
all right.
I did. First generation.
Hey, you're all heroes. Post that. Thank you. Appreciate it.
AG is a first
Post that, okay? We're so glad you're doing this. Thank you. Hey! Hi. Hi, Nico.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm gonna put it. Oh, I'll take it for you. I'll hold it for you. Thank you so much for sending this to school. Really, letting that over my head. Not your phone. I can take it. No. There you go.
Thank you. Thanks for bringing Nico. It's a reminder of why we're doing this.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for coming out.
Hi. Come on up here.
I voted in Georgia and Tennessee.
Oh, nice. My first time in Texas. I'll take it.
Awesome.
Do it.
This morning.
Great.
Thank you. Tell love we love.
Thank y'all.
First time Texas.
Thank you.
Thank you. For counting the governor.
All right, come
I voted in the
on.
presidential, but not.
Fantastic. Yeah.
That's why we all, everyone here has got to win. We got to do this. Thank
Right
you.
here.
Hey, thanks for coming out.
She's the first time voter for governor.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Thank you. Come on up.
Thank
I
you.
was
You
at,
guys.
I was at the UT campus for
Hi. Thank you for coming. Come on up.
Yes.
Class when you go, you can hold that thing up.
Oh, okay.
First time voter?
No, I've been voting for him since he went
No,
against
you're
Ted
good.
Cruz. So.
We got to pick, right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, come on up. There you go.
Hello. Like that shirt. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Old Navy, huh?
Yes.
Over there.
Can I do a selfie real quick?
Sure.
Gonna move a little bit faster.
Okay,
There
thank
you
you.
go. Thank you so much. Come on
Hello.
up here.
Glad you're here.
Here we go. In Texas, I am. I just moved here from Florida.
Come on over. It's a great crew.
First time Texas. Thank you. Can I get a selfie as well? Come on.
Real quick.
Okay, really quick.
Miles, can you just tell him just a quick picture, no selfies?
Okay.
Thank you.
That's great.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There you go. Good to see you. Good to see you.
I really appreciate y'all being out here. Please, we're gonna do this.
Yes.
We love you and we got your back, okay? Yeah, we got you. Hey, I like that shirt. Thanks for coming out.
All right.
Thank you. Yes. Make it a priority. Thank you. Hey, thanks for coming out. Appreciate you.
Here we go. Ready? No. Thank you.
Great to see you. Hey, thanks for being here.
Thank you. No, I haven't registered to your since I turned 18.
Awesome.
All right.
Not yet. Going to right after.
Perfect.
That's how we do it.
Right now. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for coming out. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much. There you go.
Spread the word of post that.
One of those guys stayed for brain cancer.
Yes, it's life or death, right? Please let them know that we've got their backs. Thank you.
Come on up. Come on up. There you go.
Grace is going to take over.
And then you'll all sit around.
Appreciate you.
Come on over, right over
Hello.
here.
Glad you're here.
All right.
Let's do it. Let's turn it into
Next,
action.
come on
right?
over.
Yeah.
Right over here.
Hello.
Here we go. Ready?
We're together.
Get out. What high school? Okay.
Ready? Are you getting them together or
Together. We're going to be there together.
together on both phones?
All right.
Hey. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
Right here. Ready? Over here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
I love it.
Thank you. I voted for all y'all already.
Yes.
Hey.
Hi there.
Spread the word. Post that. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming out.
Don't worry. We got you. Perfect. Got it. Thank you.
Appreciate you all. Spread the word.
Come on over.
Thank you.
All the way over here.
Thanks for coming out. Please post that, okay?
Hi there. Come on up.
Hello. Thanks for being this little one.
Say cheese.
Hey.
Thank you. Alina's a first-time voter.
Ooh, what did Harry smell like?
Good. Soap. Good, clean soap. There you go. Thank you. All right, next. You're so lucky.
Are you also a first-time voter? First-time voter!
All right, folks, we're going to keep moving a little faster. Come on up.
Good to see you.
There's my dad.
Hey! You came out.
All right, y'all.
Family that votes together.
Perfect. Thank you.
Spread the word.
Next, they're all together.
Photo.
Are you all together? Are you guys first-time voters?
Yes.
First-time
First-time
voters.
voter!
We're tall.
Cynthia, excellent
Here
composition.
we go. Look over here. 1, 2, 3. Very sweet. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You all keep it up, okay? Post that.
Thanks for being
Encourage
here.
everybody to come out and join you.
Want to come on
Hey,
up?
thanks for being here.
That's All right, everybody, look over here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Got it.
That's really kind of you. Tell me your first name.
Hi there.
Jennifer, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, likewise. Hey, thanks for coming out, Kelly. Hey, Hank, nice to see you. Who's this? Hey, Max. You ready, bud?
Mac has a monster
I
backpack.
love that
That's where the
backpack.
wild things are.
All right, let's over
That's
here.
so cool.
Ready? Everybody look at me. 1, 2. There we go. Thank you.
Appreciate you all.
Hi.
Count on you. Please post up. Bye, Max.
Bye, Max.
Yeah, I saw you, Wade. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for being here. Love your boots, man. Thank you.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Beautiful.
Appreciate you. Thanks for the
Hi
service.
there. Come on up.
Great
Hi.
week.
Hello.
Hey, thanks for coming out.
State employee, I really want you to
We got your back. We all got your back.
Ready?
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Spread
Thank
the word,
you.
okay?
Thank you.
Here we go.
Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
You gotta promise me to post that, okay? Hi.
This is Scout.
Look at that pretty boy.
This is Scout. We're both from El Paso. My girlfriend used to working right now, but we're from El Paso. You can look at me.
Way to go.
It's an honor to meet you. Sit down. Sit down. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hey, Cynthia, that was a great save.
Thank you. Good luck. Awesome. Thank you guys.
Y'all be right. Hi. Thanks for coming out. Likewise.
I didn't get it.
Promise me to share that photo.
I am on your side.
Hey.
Right after this, we're going to grab you.
Oh, you're so sweet. She called him to work saying she was going to be late.
Perfect. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Unless it gets you in trouble at work.
No.
Oh, good.
I'm so glad you're here. Thank you.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
Spread the word. Post that if you can. Hello. Likewise. Thanks for coming out.
Oh, I have it.
Both of you.
Got it. Ready? Look over here. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Hi there.
Spread the word.
Hi.
Thanks for coming out.